Okay, so this is a reading for all of you who are connected to star people, who have interdimensional friends, who have guides, who are interdimensional beings. And if you see a lot of lights in the sky, if you feel connected to alien, if you watch alien shows, if you are drawn to those mysteries, then you most likely have a connection to star people. And star people can help us, but we have to give them permission because of free will. So we're gonna ask for interdimensional star beings who are working with the individuals to come through this reading and help out in the person's life and help out humanity in the highest and best way with grace and ease. And we ask these interdimensional beings to go through the loving light of the Creator of all before connecting in this reading and before connecting to the individual. Okay, so meditate on 1, 2, or 3. We're gonna start with 1. Okay, so So at the bottom we get 4 of Swords, so that can mean that you dream about them at nighttime, and they could visit you while you're sleeping as well, and they could be watching over you. So ask if you are, if you want to, that is, ask to remember your dreams if you don't remember them. If you are sleeping very, very deeply and you don't remember your dreams, ask to make it clear that you are having these experiences. You even ask them to help you with your lucid dreaming, because a lot of them observing you, you might not be fully aware of it. So we'll have a look in the cards as well. So they're there. So you could feel like this is 4 of Cups, and you can see this symbol here, the peacock, is a symbol of a high-level spirit guide. And because we're asking about these interdimensional beings that are watching over us as well, and some of them even are our guides, they are there. So you can ask them to help you, especially if it's something that is for the benefit of humanity. Even if it's just giving you guidance and wisdom about a certain matter that's important. So it's most likely a female, or that's someone that comes through as female and comes through your intuition. This comes through as as you can see, this swan, it's very protective, can come through like an animal. So they could use animals to show you who they are, and they do that so you won't be scared. An example of that is I often see elephants, and elephants are coming in a big pack, and then I started to realize that it's just a symbol. I thought it was my spirit animal, and maybe it is, but then I started to realize it's actually a symbol of beings. They just don't want to scare me, so they come in as an animal so I won't be frightened. And they do that with you as well, so that you'll understand that they're there without frightening you. So whatever is an animal that you feel really close to, they will show themselves. So here they say, if you increase your consciousness through meditation, through thinking about them, through sitting down and looking at the stars and visualizing them, it will be a lot easier for you to hear their messages, because they do want to communicate, but they don't want to frighten you, and you're very grounded in your subconscious. So it could be like you think, is it my imagination? Am I only imagining this? But they want to take you higher, and I'm not saying you're going to get abducted or anything, but they want to lift you up higher. They want to show you other experiences that you didn't think was possible. Some of you could have dreams that you're flying, okay? And some of you could even have dreams that you're on board ships, and maybe you already had those dreams, because some of you could have been on board a ship, as we can see here with the eagle. They are watching you, because 9 of Wands sometimes shows up when there is a little bit of something has happened, and the seeker feel like they have to be very cautious. So this owl here is the same as the swan there and the peacock there. So they're watching you, and they're showing up observing you as a female energy, okay? And they're helping you protect someone as well. So as you can see here, someone's holding a baby swan. It's a symbol of protecting someone more vulnerable. So you're being protected and you are protecting someone as well. They want you to work with energy, especially work with energy in your hands. See if you can increase the energy in your body, recharge your battery with your thoughts, or just quieting your thoughts completely and feel the energy. As soon as you quiet your mind, the life force energy will recharge. We kind of push out sometimes the life force energy with our thoughts, especially if it's very, very busy. And by quieting your mind, this energy will increase and you will have like a recharge of your batteries. You can also do fasting to recharge your batteries, to recharge your mitochondria. With intermittent fasting, your mitochondria will recharge. They want you to recharge your battery using the power of your mind. And that's one of the things that they can teach you how to do. They can assist in matters where there is matters that are very, very big, karmic matters, karmic issues. Never initiate karma or judgment on anyone, but you can ask that these beings, through the creator of all that is, help humanity reach more harmony, more peace, avoiding disasters. And you can ask to also have protection around. You can also ask for a barrier, you could say, between you and maybe where humanity is going off course a little bit. So you can ask to get specific messages how you can live your life very harmonious. Because with star people, it's always about harmony. It's always about being able to live in peace and harmony. I'm not saying all star people are friends, but the ones that come through the creator of all, the people that are connected to star people, this connection is to help humanity reach some kind of equilibrium, to reach a more harmonious state. So moon, so it can mean that you will have a surprise encounter while you're watching the moon. And you could also have see a star being. It will be a female most likely. Someone that comes in the appearance of a female. And it could be very surprising to you. They could give you a very specific message. Again, it could be in your dreams, but it's actually a visitation. 6 of Pentacles means that you are standing on the shoulders of giants in this matter. And maybe you feel that what's been put towards you, what you have to do, is too big. And maybe you feel that you're not going to be able to do it. But look at how they're carrying you. Again, here, they're carrying you up high so that you can reach for the stars. And the stars is here a symbol of actually a pentacle. So it's even aligned with what you're going to be doing for a living. So you're even going to be guided in your work life. There's a specific mission for you. And maybe you feel like, I'm standing on the shoulder of giants, but do I even know if they're real? So they want you to trust that they're real. I'm going to show you the alignment. So the alignment is, here is the alignment. I'll show you the most important card as well. You got 3 knights and the moon becomes the strongest one. Any 9 that's a major arcana card is supercharged, because 9s means that there's something very big going on, something that will have ramifications way beyond what you can see. That is often also on a humanitarian and even cosmic scale. So they're basically trying to break through the fog to communicate to you. And if you have been on a ship, you could feel a bit frightened, for some of you. But basically they want to come They want to change your paradigm so that you're not afraid. Let's have a look in the dice as well. Success. So they're going to break through and have a successful partnership with you. So you could feel very guided to express one way or the other what the message is, and they're going to help you with that. So whatever is the message, it will be expressed in your creativity, in the way you communicate, in one way or the other. Okay, so we're going to keep those 3 cards in mind, and we're going to ask a little bit more about the fog that is going to break. What is this fog? What is happening? So Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is a symbol of pure spiritual energy. So they want you to work with energy, spiritual energy. Actually, I'm going to just do one more card because it's 9, 9, and then it's the moon, but it's also justice. So as you can see, justice is between the minor and the major. It actually has a barrier between these 2 cards and the moon. So they don't want to frighten you, and they do want to communicate to you in a way that's bounded, so you don't get frightened. But they do want to show you that you do have protection, and that's really important. But this fog, this limit that's between you, or a boundary that's between you, they can't break that. You'll have to be ready. So to get you ready for it, it basically means that you can't be afraid. If you're afraid of them, they won't be able to work with you. So they're trying to slowly work on your belief system so that you're no longer afraid. But they're not gonna come in a sort of crazy wild way. They're gonna show you who they are without frightening you. Okay? So some of you, if you don't want this encounter, you can easily just say that, and they're not gonna break that. They're going to be very, very bounded and very, 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 very respectful of you. 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands can mean that what they're trying to help with is helping humanity cooperate a little bit better, so it doesn't turn into something crazy, violent, and self-destructive. So they're basically trying to show how you can be an individual without having to fight for your existence. So it's basically helping individuals and humanity as a whole to be more harmonious. So 3 of Cups reversed. So that means 3 of Cups reversed can be, if you're asking like for humanity, it can be military, but not in a good way. When it is for just individual, it can mean an environment where people are not being very nice to each other. But Sun, so the truth will set you free. That's what they want you to know. The truth will set you free, and the truth is very, very simple. To have a good life, and especially with healing. Healing it's simple when you know how easy it is to recharge your batteries. So it can be as simple as fasting and quieting the mind and saying the Lord's Prayer, for example. Those 3 things can heal the person very, very quickly. So because humanity complicates everything, and everything gets so complicated, it ends up just being, like, it's a fog. It's basically just a fog of confusion all the time, and they want to break through that. 3 of Swords. So they acknowledge that for some of you in this group there's been a bit of heartache, but they want to communicate to you, and now we got double 3, so there's quite a lot they want to tell you as well. And it's about probably where you have been betrayed in the past. For those of you who have been betrayed, they want to talk about that. They want to help you heal your heart. The Fool. The Fool can mean that you're going to have a new beginning that's going to be full of joy and happiness, and you're like their baby basically, and they want to help you. They want you to grow. They want you to have happiness and no fear. It can also speak of a child in your life that you are protecting. So for some of you, you are caring for a young child as well. the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man speaks of your thoughts, actually. The Hanged Man is your imagination, and they can speak to you through your imagination. So what you can do is, if you have a question for them, ask them to come to answer through the creator wall. What is the answer to this, for example? And then your imagination will kind of just drift off, but in your imagination is the answer. And that's a lot of time, that's how creator will answer people, and that's how these beings will answer you. They do have a telepathic connection to you. And that's also how your spirit guide and even your ancestral gods and goddesses will speak to you the same way. The energy is very, very peaceful often, especially if it's creator wall, and it will take away your fears. So your imagination is how they're going to communicate with you. Now we actually got 3 threes, 3, 3 and 3, and now we got a 2, but I think it's a 2 of Pentacles reversed. So 2 of Pentacles reversed can be maybe when you're worried about being lied to. So you could have a fear of being lied to. So when you do this work with them and you ask the creator wall to it being filtered through the creator, so that it's truthful and that you know how to know if it's true and if it's for your highest and best. Now we get 6 of Swords, and I think it's a bit reversed, so it could mean that basically where you are now, 6 of Swords, when it's upright, it means you're going to a more harmonious place. So when it's reversed, it can mean that you're getting dragged more into drama of things. So they want you to simplify your life so it's not dramatic. But if it is dramatic, for a little while at least, remember the moon, it takes away the fog, but while you're in it, while you're in the fog, it can feel a bit chaotic. It can feel like you're in the middle of the night, basically. It's like you don't see what's happening, but it's part of it because they want you to have a shift in your paradigm. 2 of Cups reversed, now we got the second 2. So 2 of Cups reversed can mean that maybe you've fallen out with someone, maybe there's some bit of stagnation in your relationship, maybe there's a friendship that you're working on that's not working out, maybe you've been very disappointed in a relationship as well, and they're acknowledging this, and also they want to help you heal your heart. So there's a lot of healing that they're helping you with in this pile here. Here we got another 2, so now we got 3 2s. That means at the moment you're very, very sensitive. And the reason why they're coming forward in very, very gentle ways is so that you won't be, again, frightened. And then they want your imagination to work for you and not against you. And but 2 of Wands really speaks of doing what is right for you, because your intuition will tell you exactly where you need to be and what you need to do, and you can feel it very strongly and you can't ignore it at all. And they want you to listen to it because they want to make it obvious for you what you're meant to be doing. And now we're getting 10 of Wands. So at the moment I feel like you're going to be working really hard on a project, and it's a project that's going to make you very, very successful. So maybe you'll finish something, and it's important that you finish it and complete it. And you are getting help even when you're not asking. So for example, your intuition will suddenly just kick off, but you didn't even know that you should be asking about it. And it's almost like when they really need to step in, they will step in. It's not because you haven't given them your free will. It's something that's been set up before you were even born here. That were certain things that they could intervene in certain parts, just so that you would not get off course, basically. So what is the ultimate mission that pile 1 is on? You get 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords has to do with communication, especially where communication is difficult. A lot of people with 8 of Swords work as speech pathologists and therapists. So 8 of Swords basically it's communication. And we got 333, which is someone who has a strong need to communicate, but it's almost as if no one is listening. So if you feel like no one is listening, that has to do with 8 of Swords. So one of your missions is to communicate something very, very specific. But it's going to be very much between you and them. And you're going to maybe think, are we even speaking the same language? What sort of language are we going to speak to each other? But it's going to be, like I said with Hanged Man, it's going to be through your imagination. So you're going to start daydreaming, and in your daydream is all the answers to what you asked. That's how they're communicating with you. And no one most likely will understand this fully, okay? Let's see when you're most likely to feel the encounter is becoming very, very strong. We're going to have a look. We're going to do like a year and just see if there's a breakthrough in the year for you. And you can change this timing, by the way. This is just how you're going right now. Okay, show us greater in the height of best way to dress in these. So 3 of Cups here. So they're celebrating your life. So you could have, this could happen very, very quickly, because here we get 9 of Pentacles. So it could be that you're going to have a dream that you're on a ship, and maybe you're even having an astral travel, and you're wondering when you wake up, was that real? And again, that could trigger a little bit of that insecurity, like, did that actually happen? And for some of you, they don't, like I said, it could make you feel like a bit afraid of that whole topic, actually. But they're going to communicate with you through, they're on their ship basically, and they're communicating through you, through your imagination, through your creative work, through your writing, through your imagination. After you've been on the ship, which is most likely going to be that you have a dream about being on a ship, which is going to be a dream that you'll remember very vividly, because it's an astral lucid dream. And you kind of get over that whole thing that happened. You said that kind of the shock wears off. That communication then is much clearer than in the following month. So this is like a 5-month period basically. And you most likely will question everything because it's going to reshift your paradigm. And very, very quickly you then go to a very sort of earthbound person who's very grounded, very, connected into the reality of the here and now, to a high priestess type person. So it's a complete shift in your paradigm, and a lot of you will continue having this energy work, this energy shift, and this again is through your hands, channeling basically pure life force from the stars, but also being able to even have physical shifts in your reality, and you be like this hermit type. Not many people will be able to understand what you're doing, and you might not even want to tell them, because if you tell them, maybe you think that they're not going to understand. Maybe they will, maybe you don't. Maybe they will, maybe they don't. But here you get Knight of Swords. It could be that someone in your life will appear to you and be very, very strange, and then you start realizing this person is actually someone that is a star person living a human life. So there's someone in your life that is a star person, but is actually a human being at the same time. And that person has always been a little bit odd. And suddenly you understand who they are. And that makes perfect sense then. And I'm not going to take it beyond this, because the hermit is really who you're then becoming. Whatever gender you are, it's like High Priestess and the Hermit. You are basically bridging two very strong archetypes where you'll be able to have an amazing shift in your reality. And you will be able to understand yourself on a subconscious level. You'll understand major issues in our existence. Humanitarian issues, just how the world works from the individual up to politics, to beyond politics as well. Religion, philosophy, spirituality, everything. How it's connected between the psyche of the person on the minute level to to a cosmic level, and how it's all connected from the subconscious to all that is, basically, from the individual to all that is. So that is going to be like a journey for you from that moment on. And if you want to, of course, to have that journey, but I feel like it's destiny to be on this journey, because it's the life of the mystic, actually, that you're gonna be on. Okay, guys, I hope that made sense, and let me know how you're going. Bye. Okay, so we're gonna ask now for part 2. We ask here interdimensional star people guides to come through the creator of all and give you answers, give you guidance in the highest and best way with grace and ease. Thank you, Creator. It is done, it is done, it is done. This group is very, very old. It's one of the oldest star groups that are there. These are the, if not the oldest. So these are most likely the most evolved. This could be the highest order of star groups home. So it could be where we all feel like we belong to, because we all originate from this particular star group. So they could be the ones that have had most influence on us as well. They could have even created us and put us here. And so we are their home and they are our home. So that's the first message. Because it really, and this image is showing me, has shown up as a symbol, and it will show up as a symbol for people. This is a group that is guiding all the sages. Okay, so when all the enlightened beings talk, they are being guided by this group. So they are the elders. Okay, and we ask them to come through the cards, or we ask them to come through Creator of all that is. Okay, the first thing they're showing me is, I want to say you are unsinkable. You can't sink, you can't drown, you can't go under. Okay, they will lift you back up again. You have to know that. Know that it will work out. That's the first message. When you do your spiritual work and you do your going up through your crown and you work with your guides, they really appreciate that. They love that you do this spiritual work. They love it. They think it's incredibly important in developing this side of yourself. So again, this has to do with family. Okay, so this is the bottom. So they don't see themselves as separate from humanity. They feel like you're part of them, they're part of you. You're the same family. You're the same. You know what I mean? Like you're the same group. You are the same. You're in a family group together. Okay, so that's what they want to. That's what they want to say first of all. And we get the moon, which is a very powerful card to get in the major arcana. It means that the fog is about to shift. It's about to lift. So there has been confusion, there has been darkness, there has been what's going on. But they're there to break through this fog with clarity. They're about to illuminate it. They're about to give you answers. They're about to show you something. And it will teach you so much about who you are and where you're from. You could feel a little bit stuck. 3 of Wands, when it shows up, it is a card that you can't move forward unless you increase your consciousness. And when it becomes unable to do that for whatever reason, it feels that it's just that there's no purpose to things. So people in this part could feel like there's been a loss of purpose. But they're here to remind you that there is purpose, because look, here we get the star. And they are right there. And they will communicate to you. They will find a way to even show you how much like them that you are. So you could even have DNA that's very different even. So there's a lot of different weird DNA right now because of all the different alien interactions. So it's been quite a lot. So they're saying that there's been changes and upgrades maybe done, and they will help you with these upgrades. So they're talking about the past being very much grounded in the material world, and you probably understand this world on that level, master the material plane, and you probably had a lot of successes because of that. We get 6 of Wands, Hanged Man. So Hanged Man speaks of when there's going to be downloads, there's going to be more wisdom. They most likely will speak to you through your imagination. With the Hanged Man, it's like you ask a question and then the answers will come through your daydreaming. You start thinking about something and then you don't realize that you're actually daydreaming what the answer is. That's the Hanged Man. So they will figure out a way to put you in some kind of state where your brainwave is different. You could go into a theta brainwave where they can download all these things into you that you need, and it's going to be on a DNA level as well. There's a lot of karmic things going on at the moment that also connects us with basically what's going on geopolitically, but also cosmologically as well. And you could be very involved in this even if you're not aware, because it could happen during dream time as well. So you get to see things and you get to witness things, and you could be a witness to something very essential that's going on that you can bear witness of. 3 of Cups is celebration. So there's going to be some kind of celebration around you soon. So here we get 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles, when we're asking these types of questions, can mean that you're going to have an experience with a craft. So you could suddenly find yourself on a craft. You could find that part of you is on a craft already, and that you're going to just have a vision that suddenly you're there and then you're back in your body again. You could have a dream that you're on a craft, but it's like an astral travel, or it is an actual, you're experiencing that side of you that never left the craft, that is actually with the star people right now. They're watching you, and they want to make this connection a little bit stronger between you and them, because they want to take away all of your fears. They don't want you to have any fears. They don't want you to be afraid. They want you to know that everything will be okay. So I want to show you the alignment now. It's very humanitarian as well, so you could be very guided to help humanity in a big, big way. There's a lot of major arcana culture with nines. So they're kind of helping you much more than you realize. But when you are doing your everyday life, they want you to know that they're still watching and they're still there, because you could feel a little bit abandoned by them. That's a lot of people who have these star people connections feel a bit abandoned, and I don't want you to feel that way. The strongest card is the Moon. So it basically means that even when you have no clue what is going on and you feel completely in darkness, that they're actually there guiding you. And if you ask the Creator to make this connection stronger, and that you know that they're there helping you, it will be a lot easier. It will be a lot easier for you. These upgrades that they're doing, it's something that was a lot of what people are experiencing with these star peoples are predestined to happen. So it's like you decided that there's going to be interactions and upgrades during the lifetime. So they just want to help you increase your consciousness, get ready for the future and what the future has in store. So these upgrades they're gonna happen, and you're gonna also bear witness to something very, very significant that will help humanity in a way that it could. We could ask why you, but it has to do with needing to protect humanity from something. So we're gonna have a look also at these. So King of Cups. King of Cups is a healer. It could be because I saw an old sort of sage-looking man, and it could be the being, and it comes across as a wise old healer type who has all the answers. That's how it looked. So it is someone who is guiding you to be like a sage, to be completely at peace, to have answers, to have wisdom, to be able to protect people, to be able to bear witness for people, to have all this but very calm and very, very kind and loving energy. Very kind and loving energy. Two of Cups. So you have a very strong connection to this being. It's a very close friendship. So think of this, if you feel abandoned, think about how close this relationship is. You don't need to feel abandoned. Now we're getting King of Swords. So you can see how protected you are here. You're completely surrounded by their force field, you could say. Two, and now we get another two. So this is an alignment. They're basically your soul family. This is your family. There's no doubt about it, okay? So you're on mission here on planet Earth, but you're their family. Now we're getting another court card. This is Queen of Cups. So what I got in my vision when I did the shuffling was, this is your family. And now this is confirming it. And your intuition will increase the more you realize that this is your family and they're still here with you. You will get the Lovers, so you're interconnected to each other. But because it's on such a huge scale, and it's part of also the destiny of humanity as well, you could feel like a little bit abandoned and wondering what is going on. If it's this connection, why am I here? Like, you could ask those types of questions. Knight of Cups. But they will give you an opportunity to have an escape. And that escape will be through your mind. You could ask even to go through a portal and completely disappear if you want to, but you don't have to. It's up to you. Ace of Cups, because there is this amazing shift towards really loving, acceptance, kindness, friendship. That's where they want to shift all of humanity. But if they can't get all of humanity there, they will take the individuals that want that and save them at least. Okay? So we get a 10 of Cups. So it could mean that you've had like very high standards because of what you are and who you are and what you're connected to. And they want you to understand that the earthly reality of love is not going to always be perfect. It's going to sometimes be very messy and complicated. And that doesn't mean that it's not real, that it's not true, that it's not pure. It just can get, sometimes the harmony gets disrupted. And the loving connection that you have with these beings, you could feel like like other beings on Earth is disrupting this harmony. 6 of Pentacles, so they will carry you and even help you with all of your financial, like even your material needs will be looked after. So you'll even understand how to do all of it, because they basically want you to know that you're looked after. Like your physical life is looked after. 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups can mean that you have a lot of questions and you want answers. And those answers, you might feel like they're just not there. We'll see what other cards are showing up, especially with your relationships. So death. This could be like you feel that maybe there's some problems in relationships. Maybe you feel like the relationship has been doomed in some way. Maybe you feel like there's been problems with commitment. on some levels, and there's just like there could be that fear of doom and gloom actually. And see what so 3 of Swords, it could be that you just feel heartbroken about a certain relationship, or maybe it is something bigger that you just feel heartbroken about that is taking place. We're gonna have a look in the cards as well and do a bit of timing, but it could also feel like maybe the stresses that you've been under, that you feel like the spiritual life has taken a bit of a toll. So we'll see what is showing up, but maybe you feel like this connection to them is under threat in some kind of way. So let's have a look in the cards for you. The more this is happening, the pressure is on. It could be very just pressure from what's going on in the world, but also can also be personal relationship. So, but the more that pressure is on, the more you are pushed towards your soul family, which are these spiritual beings. Okay, so let's have a look at the cards and see if we can have a look at your year. We're gonna not look through the whole year. We just look until I feel like we're not gonna look any further. And we're asking these beings to show how they're gonna come through for you in your life. Okay, show us better. So this flipped over. So this is basically channeling straight through you the messages. And it's again, it's a very powerful male being that's very, very old. That is the same being that's basically communicating to all the sages. It's an interdimensional star being. It's one of the oldest, if not the oldest, that exists. So we get confirmation again at the bottom. It's the Emperor. So they want to help humanity create more order. And we see 7 of Cups, so there's been a lot of searching. And here is where they put you in a so this is 2 months. So within 2 months they're gonna put you in some sort of almost hypnotic state, where you're gonna be in a brainwave, most likely a theta brainwave, where they can communicate to you directly. And that's gonna give you a lot of peace, a lot of happiness and harmony and peace in your life. Look at all the joy that comes into your life from that moment on, and you will become a sage yourself. You will have this enlightenment and you will become spiritual teacher. It doesn't mean that your life will be easy, because you still have to live in this world. But remember the message I said, you can't sink, you're unsinkable. Like, that's what they want to show you. They want to show you you can't drown, because even though you'll have sadness, and that's just a natural emotion, you're not going to drown. You're not going to let you succumb to grief and sadness. And they will give you instead clarity to understand your emotions. And this connection, this communication you have with them will continue. It's going to be a direct communication, and your intuition will just increase a lot, and you will have a lot of peace. And they will even put you in a position and a situation in your life where you can even live very harmonious with the earth and live completely in a sustainable and happy way. And the King of Cups is the healer being again. Here is another being, and this is most likely for a lot of you, you'll be upgraded. You can see there's a shift in even in your human DNA, and you'll be able to communicate to people telepathically all across the world. And that means that when you experience challenges, you'll have to know that all these people who want to control others, all they have is fear. They can't use real power. And if you don't buy into the fear, they have no power over you. And that's the message, because once you've been upgraded this way, you could also feel like maybe a little bit of a target for lower energy beings. But remember, all they have is a trick. That's all they have. So you have to remember, this is a great initiation for you that you're going to undertake. A great initiation. So this will be fantastic for you. You'll be able to change things in your world and beyond, okay? And the more people who go on this journey, the quicker the whole planet will change. So you'll have a great shift in your consciousness, and you'll have an open dialogue to your star people family. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know how you're going. Bye. Okay guys, so pile 3. So we're asking your interdimensional star beings to come through the creator wall, connect to you, to your subconscious, to your thoughts telepathically, to your emotions, to give you guidance in the highest and best way with grace and ease. And first we're gonna throw the dice. Money. So money was reversed, so it could be that this was, I feel like this is a very playful group. So this is a group that could always want to take you on an adventure. So they're kind of living through you. So you could be a bit of a thrill seeker in this group, because I feel like they just want to have a lot of fun. They want to see how much fun they can have. And so money, maybe you're spending a lot of money on your interests. Maybe you have like a job that's really, really fun, but it's not really a money. You're not in it for the money. You're in it because it gives you enjoyment. Okay, so show me through the creator wall your message for pile 3. There's a joy here in this group that I could pick up. They're laughing, they're having a lot of fun. They love to travel. This is beings that just, they use the laws of physics to bend the laws. They can travel through many dimensions super fast. They can go wherever they want. They just have a lot of fun. So let's see. Okay, so we got Knight of Cups. That means there are portals around you, that you could be doing a lot of interdimensional traveling yourself, especially when you're dreaming. You could be astral traveling. So there's a freedom side to you as well, most likely. Yeah, so 4 of Swords. So when you're sleeping, you're most likely traveling. If you don't do lucid dreaming, you can ask to be lucid dreaming, and they will take you on a ride with them. So the Lovers is in block positions. It could mean that maybe you have, there's been some kind of, you had to make a choice, but you weren't quite sure what choice to make. So it was like you were thinking a lot about it. You could be in a relationship that is also affecting your decision. And it could also be for some a relationship that is causing you some hardship at the moment as well. That's for some of you. The High Priestess is in a device position, which means that it is really through your psychic ability that they can communicate to you. And this connection here with Lovers means that maybe you find it hard to communicate exactly what you want as well. So they want to help you so that you know what you want, because for a lot of people in this group, you probably don't know yet what you want. Maybe you want so many things. So from childhood, you could have developed like a bit of codependency with your parents or with an authority in your life, and they just want to help you heal from that. They want you to understand that you don't have to be tied in a codependent way to anybody. So they're helping you break a codependent pattern in your life, and they have been for a very long time, and you could already be past it actually, because you're really standing strong on your own 2 feet now. And many of you have seen orbs. You have seen the sky change in front of your own eyes. They have communicated to you, and maybe you also had a lot of communication with them as a child, and you're trying to remember, and they want to help you remember those times. And maybe they shifted your reality from an early age, and therefore some of you maybe have had a little bit of problems with dealing with the school system, with kind of the society, and everything being the way it is, because you have this shift that has happened in your life, and it doesn't really match up with what you're seeing. So some of you could have felt like you're living a little bit in 2 worlds at sometimes. And judgment. So they're here to tell you that if you fall, they will catch you. They will catch you. and they really speak through your subconscious. They almost live in your subconscious. So you could have daydreams where you are with them, and they're saying they actually live in your subconscious. They're real. They just entered into your subconscious, your dream, your mental being. They are mental beings, and they have penetrated your subconscious, and you could live a whole life in your subconscious with them. So you're living in two worlds, they're saying. And they're very, very happy that you allowed them in, and you're very protective of them as well, and they know that you will protect them and they will protect you, because you most likely live in your own world now that they have created for you, that is in another dimension that you can slip into through your mind, through your subconscious. You can slip in and out of this dimension. It could have caused you a bit of heartache to live this way as well. It could have taken a toll on your personal relationship, because it's just showing me a bit of pain in the heart that you were in this other world, and then this world, it kind of slipped away for some of you, okay? That is what they're saying. But you have some insight that you can communicate due to this connection that you have. And it's very beautiful when you are clear in your mind. It comes out as poetry, almost like it's very high vibrational. And there is one particular being that's connecting to you more than anyone else, and it's a very strong personality. It's a male energy. It's someone who helps shift your reality and helps you. It's like a portal. It's this being that shifts you in and out of this portal and makes it possible to live in these two worlds at the same time. And you're very revered. You are very revered in that world. It's where you're the happiest, actually. And they love having you in that world as well. So it's where you have all of your dreams come true, actually. It's where you have all of your dreams come true, where it is everything that you want is in that world. And maybe you thought it was just imagination, but they're saying it's much more to it than that. It is a real world that you create together with them. And you might know who this is, because this is maybe the main character in this world that you live in. Okay, so let's have a look again at where is this connection taking you. Show us, Creator. What's their messages? So it's 10 of Pentacles, a little bit reversed. Again, living like this could have taken a toll on your finances, because it could be hard to commit to things in the material world. 9 of Pentacles is a little bit reversed. So basically what you can do, you can pray to have your financial needs met, your interdimensional life met, and that it's in harmony. 2 of... Now, so here's actually Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles reverse. Again, it's like having disconnected from the material world on some level. So go back to 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is stability, it's family. So help integrate you more with your family life. The Star. It's almost like you have lost a bit of interest in this world. You're only interested in that other world. It is your dream world, but it is the real world as well, because you're creating it in your mind, and it's where these interdimensional beings are connecting to you. So it is a much better world for you in many ways, because it has connected you so strongly to them that it could feel almost impossible to disconnect. But it could be hard to communicate exactly from where you are in the physical reality directly to them. It's almost like the portal is through your mind, but then you slip away at the same time in this reality. Like you could be physically here, but you're gone. You're far, far away. And then we get 9 of Swords. So they don't want you to have any angst or nightmares or fears or any kind of fears. They want you to They want you to see the truth also about the people in your life as well. But there could be people that want something from you that you're not willing to give them. And it could be a financial burden on you. It could be manipulations around finances and money, okay? So they want you to safeguard your life a little bit more. We're getting a really strong alignment here with the star and 9 and 9. And they want you to know everything that's going on in your reality so that you can safeguard your life. So they don't want you to be disillusioned about what's going on. They'll tell you everything. They'll be completely honest about everything. And it's this Ace of Cups reversed. It could be that there could have been a lack of connections, a lack of friendships or deeper connection, which could have resulted again to you disengaging with people. So it could be someone that has broken your trust, maybe on some level, and you're not sure if you want to engage anymore, because it's almost like you decided that this is as good as it gets on this reality. You're not going to try and even make it any better because you have this other reality that you can slip into. And now we're getting, I think this is also reversed, Ace of Pentacles reversed. So it basically means that you reversed something in your life. Everything coming up reversed is like you've gone into another reality. You've imploded into another reality. I see all the cards are showing up reversed now. And things, you could have then let things go on in this reality, or it's just staying the same, but you're not building on it because you're not really that interested in it anymore. You're interested in this other reality, this other world that you're living in right now. And basically what they're helping you with is to have harmony between their world that you're in and this world. That you can go in and out of the portal in a very harmonious way without slipping away completely from this world. So now we're getting, it's almost like you're closing a portal, we're getting the strength reversed. It's almost like you're closing the portal to this world, to the point where you could have isolated yourself a lot as well, and decided to just spend a lot of time on your own. They pulled you into another reality, and you are on one way or the other using your mind to close that portal, so you don't have to. So you're engaging less and less basically in this world. Now we're getting 4 of Pentacles. It's like you'd lost maybe trust and faith in this world, and maybe complete interest in it as well. I want to also have a look at your year ahead and see how this is going to unfold, but that's how it looks like right now. Your relationship that you are creating with them in this portal, and it is through your mind again that you have done this, and they have helped you with this, and it is because they're having fun, you are having fun. It is a lot of fun there. It's full of love and happiness and celebration, but it could have taken a toll on your physical reality in the here and the now. So let's find out more. I feel like they're helping with like you solving problems as well in this reality. So all the problems you're able to solve here, and all the solutions are given to you in this reality as well. Okay, so show me more. Show me these star beings coming through the creator wall. Let me see more. Let's do the year. I might not do the whole year, or I can go beyond the year. I'll see when the cards are telling me not to go any further. Okay. So again, it is this connection, and because the mind has made a connection, but it's not like you're not even fully conscious when it's happening. Like you go into another state. So what they could try to help you with is that you make this connection more stronger in the here and the now, so that you can live in both worlds. That's what they're saying. So let's see what happens. But there is a love connection. So it could even be that you feel a strong soulmate connection to this group. And even all of your relationships are in this group, but not so much in the human reality anymore. Let's have a look. So you see everything through this lens. Like it's giving you another set of eyes. You know what I mean? This is the Empress, but look at the fox. That's the beings. They are giving you another set of eyes. So you can see everything through their eyes. And that's giving you actually an advantage in many ways in your life. And they're you're completely hooked with your mind to this group. So it's like your mind and their mind is the same. It's like it's the same mind basically. And you are spiritually so connected to this group that you are one now, and you are creating your life, but you can recreate it, you can jump timelines, you can move it to wherever you want to go. So there's basically no sort of limits to what you can create in this world. The reason you went as far as you did in this group, it is because I feel like your spiritual parents are in this group, because here we get the mother and the father very close connected. So it could also be your spiritual parents being in this group. Father especially is coming strong. So you could have a spiritual father in this group that you have a connection with, and some of them could be other people on the planet that you take with you into this realm, into this other dimension in your mind. And this is where you feel safe. This is where your inner child can live unharmed. And this is where you can also be healthy in this place, because this is where you are safe and protected. So you can go from child to adult without the trauma, or without any kind of trauma. This is also where you go to heal your trauma. This is where you bring all of your trauma and you relive it in this place through your star people in all different kinds of roles, and it's like role play basically, where you can shift and heal all of your trauma. So you can basically live the same life over and over again, shedding the trauma. And you can do it very, very fast with your thoughts. And you're actually healing yourself and changing yourself doing this. And this is one of the beings. So they're very interested in this reality, actually, even though you are wanting to go out of this reality. And the reason they're interested in this reality is because they want to understand this reality. They want to understand what it means to have these things, because these are beings that sometimes they don't have any physical form at all. They're just thoughts, basically. They're just light, they're just energy, and they don't take any particular form. So they think it's very interesting that here things have shapes, things have forms, and they want to explore that. So they might give you a guidance on what they want you to do, because they want to have certain experiences. And they're also connecting to your past. So your past and your future, and everything that we think limits us is very fluid here. It's not like the past is the past. It's like you can go back and change things. You can go back, you can go forward and have a look. But you can recreate your past and live your past over again. So it's like you basically can connect to all the different timelines, but it's your inner child that's going through it, and it's your inner child that is healing. You're doing so much healing this way, and that you're actually healing a lot of people around you as well, because a lot of their traumas and a lot of even their limitations that they put on themselves are shifting as well. So this is where you are having, at some point you have to face your fears. So there's one particular fear that you're avoiding. And we're going to have a look at that. There's one particular fear, and it could have to do with accepting yourself as a healer. So some of you haven't accepted yourself as a healer yet, and you're trying to escape it. You're trying to escape who you are on some level. So even though you're healing your inner child, even though you are having this amazing connection with them, you're also escaping on some level. So they say you can you can keep this connection with them, but they want you to go into being a healer, because that's your true purpose, I feel. Even if it's just channeling the energies into planet Earth and heal you can pull out the radiation, you can pull out the pollution, you can sit and do energy work on the Earth. If you don't want to work with people directly. You have all these talents that you have no idea about, because a lot of this escape that you have done, they allowed it because it healed your inner child, and that's what was needed. But they also want you to take all this joy and happiness that they filled you up with to heal the Earth, to help the Earth heal. Because they really like this Earth, even though they don't have bodies here. They like to watch it, they like to study it, they like to experience things through human beings. And doing this work will shift your consciousness, and it will upgrade you, and you will have this very beautiful communication with them. They will guide you as well. You'll see them in the sky, and they will give you ideas on how to do things, and you still have this bond with them, you still have this communication with them. That's still going to be there. They just also want you to take all of your gifts and everything you've learned, and all of your joy and all of your brilliant magical self into this Earth, because this place really needs you here. So you can have the best of both worlds, and you can ask the Creator to help you shift your consciousness, so it works for both. It's really, you're taking so much joy from this place, and they don't want you to hide away, because this is like gold for this planet. And it helps to shift the energy of the whole area where you're living. And they want you to know that the beings are real, and they're connecting with you, and they're always there. And the portal will always be open for you to go in and out of, and it's in your mind that this is happening. But they also want you to spread this joy here on the planet, because the planet really, really needs it. And they're going to be with you throughout your whole life into your old age. And they're never ever going away. They're always going to be there. And they're always going to give you new adventures. They're always going to give you something fun. Okay? So you never have to worry about it. When you're old and grey, they're going to be there just as strong. So they're never going away. They're going to keep you entertained throughout your whole life. And that's really important to remember, so you don't think that they're going to slip away if you focus on other things for a while, because they're always going to be there. So that's the message for you guys. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Bye guys.